Hi everyone, hope everyone's well. Today I just wanted to give you a little insight into what I'm currently working on in my own golf swing, and I think it's important for you to see how players and sort of elite players and coaches would sort of try and work on certain moves to obviously improve them and make our sort of games more consistent. So I've been obviously hitting quite a lot of shots in the downtime that we've had recently, so I'm really trying to sort of ingrain the moves that my coach is sort of trying to get me to feel. So my faults to start with, what I generally tend to do is I tend to disconnect my arms a little bit on the backswing. Okay, so I tend to get this left arm pulling away from my chest a little bit, and then from there drive my legs too hard on the way back, and you can see the effect that that has on the club on the downswing. The club gets too far behind my body, so really trying at the minute just to work on trying to get the club back down in front, but I've got to work on that takeaway, that backswing first, so that it then develops into transition and into downswing and through impact, and then obviously ultimately into the follow through. So what I'm currently working on at the minute is just using a glove under my right armpit. Okay, this helps me get that feeling of connection. So when I'm moving the club away now, I'm really trying to feel that pressure under my right arm. So my hand path, okay, as you can see the way that I'm moving it on video, instead of going away from me on the backswing, will tend to come in towards my body. Okay, so I'm trying to get that hand path a little bit deeper. That's going to encourage my shoulders to turn a little bit more on that backswing as well. I tend to get a little bit short in my shoulders and then try and sort of force that swing down from the top with my legs. So I'm trying to minimize that move somewhat. So if we can get that hand path going a little bit more inside, feeling the pressure under the right arm, that club will sort of naturally find its way to the top from here. And then from there, I'm really trying to feel that this left hip now works backwards from the top of the swing, so in that transition. Okay, so instead of driving forward and getting the club behind me, I'm really trying to get that coming behind me from the top, and then from there you can see that the arms and the club now work out in front. Okay, so again, deeper hand path, okay, top of the backswing, and then from there the left hip goes almost backwards. Okay, so it gets my hands down in front of me, and then from there I can pull through with my chest and with my arms. The reason I'm trying to fix it is if you do tend to get the path a little bit behind, now that the path's working too much from in to out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to save it with my hands a little bit. Okay, and I want to try and stop that happening when I'm actually playing golf. Okay, I want to rely on what my body's doing, and then the club face to stay much squarer through the ball. At the minute I'm making a lot of slow motion practice swings to try and feel that move. Okay, so down to the ball, nice sort of deep hand path, really sort of stretch my shoulder turn out at the top, and then from there really try and feel that that left hip is pulling backwards. Okay, so I don't want to get any sort of drive in the legs. I'm trying to get that left hip and left knee straightening up coming into the ball, and then impact's going to look something like this. Okay, so just going to go and hit one. As you see, you'll see on here when I actually make the swing that it's quite slow going back to engage. Okay, so you probably saw that on the backswing that it got slower than what I would normally sort of swing it like, but I'm trying to get a feeling, and that's what's really important when you're trying to work on your own games, is to get that feel. Feel is real. Okay, so you have to get that, you have to practice it, you have to rehearse it to then allow it to be put into your own game. So just a little insight today into what I'm working on and the way that I'm working on it. Rather than just bashing balls into a net or making lots of swings, I'm actually trying to make it productive. So I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, guys, stay safe, enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll speak next week.